What's going on, guys? Ricky here with GSMARENA.com, and we are just now taking a look at the Moto Z3. Now, the Moto Z3 isn't a huge improvement from the Moto Z2, but what is a big deal is that Verizon and Qualcomm have announced the Moto Mod 5G adapter. So this would enable the Moto Z3 to work on Verizon's future 5G network once it launches in 2019. So let's take a closer look at both the 5G Moto Mod and the Moto Z3. Verizon and Qualcomm held a press event today where the two companies announced a new collaboration to bring Verizon's future 5G network to a Moto Mod. The Moto Z3 will be the first smartphone that Verizon officially supports on its future 5G network. Of course, there's a small catch. In order to connect to Verizon's new 5G network, you'll need to use the 5G Moto Mod. The Moto Mod will contain Qualcomm's X50 modem, which has theoretical speeds of up to 5 gigabits per second. The 5G technology is still in the final stages of development, so the Moto Mod you see here is actually a hardware mock-up, a really thick mock-up. That said, let's take a closer look at the actual Moto Z. Here's the retail box, which has nice looking black stripe accents on the sides. Here's what's inside the pretty looking box. Hello, Moto. We'll put the phone aside for now. Under this box of documentation is a 15-watt turbocharger, a USB-C cable, and a 3.5mm to USB-C headphone adapter. Here's what's new on the Moto Z3. There's no more Force branding, so this device is no longer shatter resistant. Instead, the phone now has Gorilla Glass 3 on the front and highly reflective, pretty glass on the back. So fingerprints will be more compatible with this phone than before. Of course, the biggest improvement to the Moto Z3 is it finally has a taller 6-inch display. With that taller display, the fingerprint scanner had to move over to make room. It's at the right side of the phone where the power button used to be. But where's the power button now? Well, it's moved to the opposite side of the screen, on the left side. Other than this, the phone pretty much looks just like the Z2. Not only that, but the phone's internals are similar to the Z2. Even the camera hardware is the same. A dual 12 megapixel setup with f2.0 apertures and laser-assisted autofocus. The front camera is the same 8 megapixel shooter, but a full screen flash has replaced the dedicated dual LED flash from the Z2. Motorola decided to use last year's Snapdragon 835, which is still an excellent chipset by today's standards. It's arguably a strategic move to keep the cost down, but with the same 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage, Motorola is able to ask for much less for the Z3. It's actually only $480, and that's not including the Verizon 5G Moto Mod, which they'll reveal the price later this year. The carrier will launch a home broadband 5G service in very limited markets later this year, with 5G to be officially lit for mobile use starting sometime in 2019. So there you have it. The Moto Z3 took a back seat at today's announcement, which mainly focused on Verizon and 5G rollout more than anything else. The 5G hype is real. If you made it this far, I'm Ricky signing off for GSM Marena. Thank you for watching.